Good morning, everyone. Just doing some final adjustments. I'm trying to do a new lighting scheme. Alright, come on. And I've got another lamp to help with light. However, this one still was a really sharp shadow. Here I thought I had everything ready, set to go. Nope. Alright, let's try that. Come on. There we are. Alright. At least the shadow's out of the way. So, happy Friday, everyone! We made it! We made it! Oh my word. Oh, come on, light. Now you're gonna... You were doing so well. Okay. Well, then maybe... Well, fiddlesticks. Alright, there we are. Not quite as good as I had hoped. I'm still going to work on the lighting. It's a slow learning process. Excuse me. I am... Oh, today. No. This end. So as I was saying, yay! It's Friday! Oh, man. Do some art. Have some coffee. So, sit down, sip at your coffee, your tea, your soda. Let's drive those morning monsters away into submission. And for those of you who don't know who I am G-Bear, aka Gene Guilmette. I am an artist, writer in Oregon. Sorry, I'm concentrating while I am drawing. By day, I work in customer service, but by night, by early morning, and any other time you can get at the drawing table, I am an artist. Bum bum bum. At least I like to think so. But hey, art is subjective, so if you don't agree I'm an artist, hey, enjoy the show anyways. Keep each other company. So the piece that I am working on this morning is another Minion piece, Minion Superheroes series. And this time around I've been, gotta remember where my marks are. I've been trying to get Marvel characters, as the last two Rose City Comic Cons I've debuted more DC than Marvel. So, the Fantastic Four are my favorite superhero group from Marvel, next to the X-Men. And since they are coming back to print, yay! In fact, this is August 2018, so they just got back on the newsstands, if you will, and in the comic shops. So I thought, ooh, let's do the Fantastic Four. That sounds like a plan. And thus we have Minions Fantastic Four. And I decided my favorite costumes for the Fantastic Four are the Byrne reimaginings with the white and dark blackish blue. But I wanted to go traditional Kirby era outfits. Because I don't know if you can see that here. It looks like you can. I've got the DPI turned up on the camera, but I even tried to do Minion Sue Storm in her 60s style hair. So this is all being done with Copic markers, and I am slowly building the color as I would with watercolor or paints. That's how I do my color work, especially in Copic markers, or even with colored pencils for that matter. But it's just how I was trained in my fine art classes when I took them all those years ago. Music still sounds awfully loud. It could be turned up on my headset, that's why. I'm gonna turn it down. Probably just loud for me. I hope. I don't want it drowning me out like it usually does in the past, in the recent past. I've been really working hard to try and master all of my my settings. And it's been an interesting little ride, to say the least. Okay, so let's do 14. Well, my favorite thing about Copic markers is that you can do all the blending work. It's just fantastic. Okay. Let's and what do I get here? B5? Yeah, let's go ahead and am I centered? Yeah. I hope I am. I put down tape marks on my desk so that I would know where the edge of the camera field was, so that I could move the piece around and not have to constantly look up at the camera at OBS to say, oh, yeah, I haven't been drawing in the field of view for a while now. Oops. But I'm a new streamer, so you live and you learn. Oh, perfect. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Once you got those light areas and your dark areas all nice and dark, you can come back in and bring those tonal qualities, at least in the shadows, closer together. Although I am liking them that way. And that's why we build our colors. Now, after I am done with all of this, I will, by this I mean the color work, I will, excuse me, I will be inking it, you know, with, I think Pentels? Is that what, where? If you're from, Prisma, oh god, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Yeah. So it looks like the skies are starting to clear up a little bit, so I am hoping, I haven't been watching the news, but I'm hoping that the fires are finally starting to abate, or at least get under control. Because the air quality is improving somewhat, and today isn't supposed to be murderously hot, although it's still going to be hot. Still not going outside, unless I absolutely have to. I already watered my garden, so normally I water them at night. But I've noticed that it's still too hot when I'm ready to do it at night, so I've been doing it in the mornings after when Bill goes to work, because there's still plenty of time to get everything watered before the sun really has a chance to beat down on everything. And let's do that. Okay. Yay, read. Woohoo! I think maybe what I'm going to do, no, stick to one character at a time. So let's move the light blues out of the way and get to the dark blues. I found my other really dark blue. Good old, where is it? Prussian blue. I really, really love this color. Oh, and this one too. The B6 peacock blue. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's go ahead and make... let's go ahead and... I already did these really dark, so let's... I didn't realize. Do I have a better ultramarine? I don't need the point. So let's see here. Get this all blended in. Oh yeah, that's much better. I'm liking that so much better. Let's take this and go into the highlight. Oh, see, that just brings that right in. And let's bring in the highlight over here. Okay. So, I'm going to do that to the rest of the darks on him. So, let me establish my color areas. Alright, so this is where the darks are going to be. And bring that around. And let me get another dark in there so that, oh wait, no, let me have my good light color so that a little more color in there. So I hope you're going to have a good day, and I hope a great weekend too. You know, just and wherever you are, that you have some fun. Now Saturday I'm going to have my game night again. Going to do Fallout 4. Continue on with Logan's Saga, Logan's Run. And I know I've got it scheduled for 5, but I may move it back a little bit, because last week when I tried out 5, it I had to stop in the middle of the stream for dinner, and I didn't want to do that, so I may move that back. I may start it at 6 instead of 5, but I'll change the. If I do that, I'll change the notice on the page. For now, it's still 5 o'clock. Okay. Get that in there. I've been a bad Marvel fan. I haven't run out and gotten my copy of Infinity War yet. It's so very bad. I told Bill this last night, actually, that it's out. We have to go get it. I know. It was out on Monday. He's so good to me. But he does like to tease me on that kind of stuff. Alright, let's get the other dark areas on these gloves. Come on, there we are. My desk is so crowded with crap. And it's all art related. But one of these days we're going to be rearranging the office and I'll have a little more room. Need to get a new desk so that I've got my Wacom sitting on top of my drawing table. Right now my drawing table is my desk for everything. And that's kind of annoying. But it is what it is. It's Friday. It's coffee time. If you have some coffee. Or whatever your favorite breakfast beverage is. Speaking of coffee, I've got a new Morning Monster I'm going to be working on soon. Right now I'm working on the preliminary sketches, so that'll probably be on one of the Morning Monster streams soon. And I've got to work on the next coloring book. Okay. Alright, let's darken that up. You need to be over here. Trying to keep my light blue pens over here and my dark blue pens over here. Oh wait, did I jump too quickly? I think I did. Well, that's all right. I wanted to build up the color a little bit more, but hey, I should be okay. Yesterday when I was trying to set up the stream with the new protocols for the phone camera to be my cam, it took me forever, it seemed like, to just get it set up, and I lost like a half an hour just to that. But thankfully, you know, every stream seems to be a little bit better as far as technical issues are going. So I was using something called Epic Cam, and it was really starting to get on my nerves because it just would not connect. It was working fine, but then there was a Windows update, and too bad, so sad. Gotta try something else. So I did, and I'm liking, after a couple more false starts, I got what is it called? iCam? Something like that? IV Cam. That's what it is, IV Cam. And it works really good. So if you're ever needing something like that to turn your iPhone or whichever phone you got into a webcam, I recommend IV Cam. It's like $1 something for the full program, but it's free to test out, and you have to deal with a watermark, and it's only in black and white, but you still get the same qualities and so on as far as, you know, I think video. But as soon as I realized it was working good and it started right up and it didn't seem to be arguing with my computer and my network, I'm like, alright, that's it. So I paid for it, and turned out I was getting better resolution than any of the other ones that I had paid for. As I think Epicam I paid $5 for, and then another one I paid $4 for, and none of them, up until the current one, did the trick. So yay. Oh, something weird happened last night. Bill and I were sitting here and doing our thing. He was playing video games, I was doing some research, and then I started to go play a video game because I just needed to blow off some steam. So I did not have a good day yesterday. And thought, hey, I'm going to try 7 Days to Die. I haven't played that in a while. Kill some zombies, because it's going to be changing soon. And there was this explosion down the street. At least that's what it sounded like. So, and the power went out for about 10 seconds and came back on. Come to find out, it was a transformer down the street. And apparently it knocked out cell service down at that end because of the street. But it got us out of the house for a little bit, and we ended up talking with the neighbors for a while, whom we haven't talked with them. And we just don't get out much. So it was really nice to be able to kibitz and talk with them. Alright, so Reed's foot's down here. Can you see it? Let's see here. And let's do go ahead and do the ultramarine. Nice sharp edge there. Especially next to these other characters. Leave it kind of extra color there, or lighter, I should say, lighter in color in the center, because then it'll come back and blend that puppy out. Wow. Look at that color move. Yeah, you know, I'm 54 years old, and I still like coloring. Like, coloring is my favorite part. You know, it just takes me back to being a kid and coloring books. Why is that not working? Do I need to get more ink for you? Everybody wants to be inked. Alright, let's do the dark. Who knows what evil lurks in the darkness? Oh, it's not evil. It's just family dysfunction. I really do hope Marvel, when they finally do it, does another Fantastic Four film, and that it just blows our socks off, because I really, really want to see a proper Fantastic Four movie. And a proper Doctor Doom. Okay, let's build this. I want to make sure. A proper Galactus. You know, the one thing I think they got right with the original set of movies, the Rise of Silver Surfer, is they really did do a good job with the Silver Surfer. I think he was perfect. But Galactus, Galactus is not a gas cloud. He may be full of gas, but he is not a gas cloud. And it'd be cool to see the Avengers and the Fantastic Four fighting together against Galactus, because that was the issue that I came in on with the Fantastic Four when I first started reading them. Was when Galactus, the whole Frankie Ray Terrax comes to recruit the Fantastic Four to kill Galactus, because Galactus is weak and hungry and hasn't been able to find the right planets, and at some point in there, the cover, it's that famous cover where all the Avengers and the Fantastic Four are fighting Galactus, and I'd love to see that one play out, or some form of that story, because the translating to screen isn't necessarily going to be a good thing. I mean, look at Civil War. That was a good movie, but it was not. It was definitely not the story that was in the comic books, which I'm okay with. It was still a very good story, and I guess that's my point. As long as it's a good story. Good characterizations. No, I don't feel passionate about this at all. I guess I feel more passionate about it than I realized. I really do try not to blather on about such things. I used to do that about Star Trek, and my God, I spent so much time. I was like the encyclopedia for Star Trek at one point. And I just realized that, there's more to life. You don't need to... you don't... There's more to life than Star Trek or what have you, and... so I stopped being that kind of mega fan of things, and trying hard not to... Darn it. Oh, is that granola? Okay. For those of you that don't know who granola is a squirrel that comes to my our, I should say. It is our back door, our patio door, and comes right up to the window and stands there ever so sweetly and cutely on her back legs, waiting for me to come feed her. Especially if I move around, she'll stand there on all fours and sniff, sniff, sniff. But as soon as I get up and move, she gets up on all fours and it's like, "Is that you? Is that you? Oh, it is you! Yay!" I just adore it. And she'll take nuts from my hand, and it's just a nice, I don't know, it's just, I like it. It helps kind of set my day straight, well, as straight as it can be. And it puts a smile on my face. Alright, let's get this gradation. Alright. Now for the super dark commitment. If you have a question, feel free to say something in chat, or if this is after the fact and you have a question about the art or another video, what have you, you can leave a comment or you can email me directly, gene@rltpress.com, and I will do my best to get back to you. I'm going to be at Rose City Comic Con this year, so if you are in the Portland metro area on September 7th, 8th, and 9th, and are going to Rose City Comic Con, please stop by my table. I'll be at H7, which is the same table I've been at for 3 years. Well, this will be the 3rd year. I'd love to meet you. Let me know that you saw me on Twitch. Hopefully I will have my copies of my new graphic novel, and of course art from the line It Is Drawn, and my Minion superheroes, and hopefully this piece will be done in time, and I'll have the original as well as prints available. Okay. I really do like this dark color. I like that edge. Blend that out. Wow, it's already after 8. Dang. Wow, when I'm in the zone, time just goes. Bye-bye, time. Okay, that's the same color. Not what I want. So, let's try this. It's a little darker. don't know if I'll get to it, but I also have another Minion piece sitting in the wings. Minion Doctor Strange. I know I did a stream a few weeks back about doing the sketch of it and figuring it out, and doing the blue lines, as it were, and then I print it out on paper really lightly. In fact, this one's the same way. I sketched it out in, I want to say Clip Studio Paint, but I could be wrong. It could have been Photoshop, because sometimes with the sketching, since it's not required to be such fine lines, I'll just do it in Photoshop. But I don't know if you can see the blue lines at all. But then I go back over it with, print it out on nice paper. This is good comic book illustration paper. And then I go back over it with pencil and, using those blue lines as a guide. So I've got a Doctor Strange minion in the wings, but I don't know that I will have time to finish that one before Rose City Comic Con. But we'll see. Because it is, what? Oh, it's the 17th of August. Okay. I don't know. There's so much more I have to do for the convention and just getting ready. Gotta make up more prints, figure out my layout, get everything in on my Square store so I have something to... I use Square for my point of sale, especially at conventions. So I try to make sure and have everything listed so that I know what I've sold, and it also helps bill if I'm not at the table. But it's not an end-all be-all, as it were. If I have time, I have time. If I don't, well, hell, I do what I can. Okay, since that's more in shadow, we're gonna do that. And let's go ahead and get bippity boppity boop. Coffee. Oh, the sun. Oh. Just a moment. I need to get up and close the shades. The sun has come over the neighbor's roof. Normally when I'm doing digital work, you'd see the light bouncing off of my face. But since I only have the one camera, you can't see that, but it was right in my eyes. I'm like, ow! Okay, where was I? Ah, yes. Color. Even more color. I guess I'm just being silly today. Well, after yesterday, ugh. Won't go into the details, but just suffice it to say, it seemed like one little piece of bad news after little piece of bad news after little piece of bad news, and then boom, another big, medium to big sized bad news. There was some good news in there, but sadly, one of the pieces of good news actually made me upset, and which kind of threw me. And it took me a while to come around and see that even though it wasn't what I was expecting, it was still good news. And I actually felt bad about that reaction, because I realized I was being selfish, I guess. So but at any rate, it got up this morning, a little bit better of a day. Poor Bill got on the wrong bus, or went too far, or something like that. So his day did not start off very good, but I'm hoping it is better for him, and is for you. Because it's Friday. I hope it is your Friday too. If it's not, I hope, whatever it is for you, that it's a good one. And I want to take a moment, once again, I've done this several times now, particularly with all the crap in the air because of the fires. I want to take a moment and say that if you are in that area and you've been evacuated, I hope that you and your family are okay, and that you're able to go back to your home quickly. And I want to extend a thank you to the firemen and everyone who is fighting the fires. You guys are heroes and gals, and be safe, and you people are so brave. You can't be thanked enough for what you do. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, sorry, now we're outside the... here we are. The ultramarine is dark, but this Prussian blue is even darker, and it just looks so nice. Okay. And then... where did you go? Yeah, do that. Make sure that and then where's my blender? And we'll blend out some of these edges. That's the beautiful thing about these pens. They're alcohol pens, and so you can do what I'm doing now, which is blending and blurring that line to a certain degree, and mixing those colors. Granted, I think you can do the same, get the same technique, or I should say, get the same results, more or less, with watercolor, and there's definitely techniques that you can use on watercolor too. What do I want to say? do special techniques like salt glazes. You can't do that with this stuff, but for this kind of work, it's really, really good. Alright, so I'm still trying to decide on what I'm going to do with the eye bands. I'm probably going to do this color, the dark, but I'm going to save the goggles for last. And, you know, the bordering and so on is going to be done last, the very last. So I'm going to move on to Ben. So let's get rid of these blues. And back to the yellows and oranges. And orange. And I don't need a red, but I need a sand. Okay. So I don't know if you didn't catch one of my previous streams with this piece, I was talking about how at Rose City Comic Con last year I went to get some new colors, and I got a bunch of primaries, and I thought that I was getting one of these. I thought was going to be the what do I want to say, the neon color version of these. So I just grabbed. I didn't look at the numbers. So I have three versions of the same freaking color on my primaries for some of these colors. Yay. Oh, man. But, oh well. It is what it is. I'm going to be a little more careful this time around. Because I've got to replace some blues. I've got to replace almost all of my grays, I think. But I'm going to be looking out for those neon colors again, and be actually, you know what? I should probably look them up online and get their actual numbers. That way I know what I'm looking for. Wow, what a concept. You know, I could order them online. It'd take forever. The store that I usually order when I do that from online is never guaranteed to have any of the colors. In fact, I think I went to them about a month ago just to see, and they only had a very small selection of pastels, and that was it. They didn't even have the big sets. Like, whoa. So I said, you know, just wait till Rose City Comic Con. The local supplier will be there, and I can peruse them myself. I know they're in downtown Portland somewhere. I don't get down there enough. And when I have gone down there, there are other things that I've needed to do other than looking for pens. Oh, interesting. I'm looking at my OBS and the camera feed, and the yellow on the camera versus what I'm seeing with my own eyes, the coloring here is so much brighter versus on the camera. Huh. When I scan these things in, especially the yellows, it's really hard to get all of the yellow all the, and which seems strange to me because I scan at a very high resolution just for that reason. Because when I make my prints, I want as much of the color, original color, to come through. I've futzed with them for a long time. But sometimes when you print stuff out, especially at home, like I do, the colors are always slightly different than what they are on the screen. You know, from blacks to just about everything, and it takes some time to adjust it coloring to the printer. But you got to be careful because if you color it so that it comes out a certain way on one printer, it's not going to necessarily come out that way on another. So you got to keep a fresh file. Ah, the drama of printing. I was reading somewhere recently that from apparently in some previous story in the Fantastic Four, Reed, during one of the big spats where Reed and Ben were not talking to each other, Reed admitted or told Ben that he'd had the ability to change from rock form to human form, back to his normal self, and that just pissed Ben off so much that he left the FF for a while and wouldn't talk to Reed. I'm like, ooh, I want to read that story, because that just sounds like, that just sounds mean. So, but knowing Reed, I suspect it was something he wasn't sure about and didn't want Ben to get his hopes up. And then Ben, being the emotional one, probably took it too far, but I don't know. I haven't read it. I saw a brief description and was like, oh, I want to read that. Read that. Yeah. What time is... Oh, got about 4 more minutes. Need to hurry up here. In fact, I think I'm going to call the coloring portion done there for now and wrap this up. So, thank you for watching. This is the end of today's art stream. Again, I will have a dedicated... that's all, folks. Every Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 will be my, scheduled art stream. But till the heat goes away, I'm more than confident that there will be at least a couple more art streams during the week. This last week, I managed to stream, I want to say, every day, or there was one day in there I didn't, around this same time frame. And then on Saturday night will be Saturday game night, and I will be doing playing gosh, coffee, Fallout 4. Will be the game, and that will be until I'm tired. So usually that runs from an hour to 2, sometimes more. So that'll be tomorrow night, and I guess that's it. Until next time, be good to yourself, be good to everyone else, and have a great day. And thank you for watching. Bye.